This is definitely the first training of 2020. So how is everyone feeling so far in the chat? Be honest. Good? It could be good, it could be bad. How are you guys all feeling right now? Excited, nervous, tired, sick, lost, confused, depressed? It is the middle of winter. I think we just went through the saddest day of the year a couple days ago. I forget what they call it, blue something. So there's a lot of that happening. I live somewhere where it's super dark, so winter blues is a thing right now. I think a lot of people have a hard time because they think they're supposed to feel incredible because it's a new year, and they might not because it's flu season. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff happens from money that was spent over Christmas. You're judging yourself because you've maybe already fallen off your resolutions, or you didn't even make any, or you made ones that were too hard to even attain in the first place. So we're gonna talk about that. And I want you guys to be super, super clear on what it even takes to succeed in 2020, what this is even gonna look like for you, because I think a lot of people lose track on what really matters. They spend a lot of time looking at everyone else's business, seeing what everyone else is doing, comparing themselves to everyone else, and then they get super lost and confused as to why they can't get any traction in their own business because they're trying so hard to do something that doesn't work for them. So I really want to talk about that. I also really want to talk about leads and lead cost and an effective way to still be successful if you have a smaller ad budget. There's still ways to do this. So who on here right now, please let me know, is actually running ads? And by running ads, I mean like any paid anything on Facebook at all. One, two, see, 2 people so far. Okay, so keep it going if you are. I'm actually really curious as to who's doing that. So what I want to teach you tonight is a super effective way if you do have a small ad budget. Okay, we got more yeses coming in here. Still seasoning, that's awesome, good job. On how to essentially get traffic to your page without having a super high ad budget, because it can definitely be intimidating sometimes. Nikki's here. What's up, Nikki?
Hey.
So for any of you that's on here and don't know this, Nikki and Colin just took their 2 little kids and moved to Mexico, courtesy of working full-time online. So super, super excited for you. Very jealous. Definitely jealous.
You're gonna have to come visit. You're just gonna have to come visit more.
I know. So exciting. So congrats to you guys. That's amazing.
Thanks so much, Melly.
You're welcome. So we're going to talk about likes campaigns tonight. And for any of you that don't know this, Nikki is incredible at Facebook ads and all that fun stuff. So I thought we could actually do a really cool activity, because a really great strategy that I think a lot of you guys don't know is how to actually get traffic, get exposure, get people coming to your page for a lot cheaper. When you're split testing on the side, when you're trying to do targeted ads, the lead cost is a little bit higher. When I say lead cost, I really just mean depending on whatever type of ad you were running, what is costing you to talk to a new person about your business. So essentially, I'm just going to spotlight this. So essentially, marketing, sales, being successful in your business. Your job is to get in front of people. Marketing and conversions is all it comes down to is how many new people are finding out about you every single day. How many new people are seeing you, whether that is a paid ad, whether that is some sort of value, whether that is content, education, it doesn't matter, but how many new people, if it's Instagram, if it's Facebook, if it's your stories, if it's an IGTV, what areas of what platform are you using? And I'm not encouraging you to use every single platform. I think it really comes down to figuring out where you're most comfortable and staying there first, and then branching out. So getting really clear this year, where do you want to focus? So where does that come down to first? What is your avatar? What is your ideal customer? Who is that person? So one thing I want you guys to know, and this is a really, really interesting way to kind of think about this, is a lot of you are trying to sell to everyone. You're writing very general content and very general ads because you think somehow trying to talk to more people is actually going to have some sort of edge on you. And it's not. So a really cool statistic, and this is pretty close. It depends on obviously the way you create your business. And I'm just going to talk about Enagic in terms of this. But 30 trifectas 30 trifectas. So 30 people buying a trifecta is almost $100,000. 30. Break it down that way. So when you're writing your ads and you're talking to people and you're trying to get 1 million people to be interested in what you're doing, you think that because you're speaking to all these people, it's going to create a larger effect for you, but you're actually speaking to no one. Speaking to everyone is speaking to no one because you're general. There's nothing that's making you stand out. You're trying to talk to every single person, which is actually not appealing to anyone at all, and it makes it really fluffy. The more that you can narrow down those 30 people, the more that you can figure out who that person is, where they're hanging out, what they do, how they're feeling in this exact moment, is where you're going to start talking to the select few people that are ready to work with you, that are ready to come into a business, that are ready to change their lives, and in turn change your life. So I want every single one of you for 2020. It doesn't matter where you're at in your business, and it doesn't matter if you're just going through the training. That's perfect. You can start here. Go back to your avatar. Remember what that felt like. Remember the feelings, and those are the feelings that you need to bring up when you talk to people. But get very clear on who that person is and who your ideal client is, because that is the start of your business. It honestly is. So start listening to podcasts, start listening to books, start listening to YouTube. I don't care where you get the information from, but start figuring out that person first, and then have her written down. So she's literally on a piece of paper, guy or girl, name them Susan. And every single time you guys create a piece of content this year or write an ad, I want you to write to Susan. Remember that. Because a lot of people are just kind of flopping around everywhere. They're trying to copy someone else's stuff. They're trying to do something that I did when my avatar is not similar to yours. They're trying to do something that someone else did when that isn't even what they're trying to do in their business. And they're just kind of wondering why nothing's working, because you're grasping at straws. So I want all of you to come back and get super clear on who you are, why you're here, what your mission is, what's your brand, who are you, what do you truly care about, what really matters to you, really clear on your own personal brand, and then get really clear on your avatar. So how is that person gonna help this person? And get super clear on your statement. I help blank do blank, or however you wanna create that. But when you get clarity in the first part of your business on you and the person, then you can create from that space. Then you can start making that content. Then you create every single thing you do to Susan. And then all of a sudden, you're speaking to people. It doesn't matter if you think that maybe you're so crystal clear that it's not going to appeal to anyone, because again, you want to find 30 people at first that you're going to change their lives. That's it. And I do know for a fact, the 2 ads that I've written that I've done the best on were so specific to me, I didn't think anyone would ever comment. And they did. And people come to me either saying, you know what, you actually fully spoke to how I was feeling. I didn't think that anyone even understood how I was feeling. And when you get that clear on you and your person, that's how people are going to feel when you write to them. They're going to feel like you're inside of their head, and that's what you want. That's how you create change for people. And if they didn't completely resonate with my story, they said something else. And the other thing was, you know what, I have something different going on in your life, but in my life, but I could feel how authentic and true what you were saying was, that it really resonated with me. So I want you guys to think about this. Stop trying to be someone else. Stop trying to sell to absolutely every single person out there. Think about the smallest viable market of people that you need to change your life and change their life with that. Figure out who you are when you get off this call, and get very clear on what your personal brand is, and then how that person is going to help the exact person that you want to help, and create the rest of your content this year around that. And that's it. The thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, every single one of you remembers what it felt like to come in here. What were those feelings? What were you feeling? Tell me. Put in the chat. What is something you felt? So I want to know, what is something you felt before you started this, or why did you not sign up right away? What was something that held you back? Because I know for a fact that every single one of you probably didn't have a conversation and sign up the second you first talked to someone. If you did, let me know, because you're an anomaly. So I want to know what held you back and how long it actually took you from the first time you had a conversation to sign up for this business. from the first time you saw about it to when you actually purchased a 99? What did that look like? Ronnie, if you just started right away, that's incredible. I've had a few of those people. That's amazing. You're gonna succeed because of that. And I'm not saying no one else isn't because of that. I just want to show you all something. So feelings that people were feeling. They were feeling scared, skeptical, uncertain of what I was actually signing up for, unsure it was the right timing, just wasn't sure if it was right for me. A week later, 6 months from the first time I talked to Shauna, I like this. So think of all those feelings. Scared, unsure, uneasy, don't have enough money. Start addressing those things. Start talking about those things in your content, in your videos, before your leads even have a chance to have the objection. And the other thing that I want you to know is to remember that your job is to meet people where they're at. So you need to remember all these things. You need to remember what you felt like. What you also need to remember is Jessica, 6 months, that is kind of the norm, 3 to 6 months. So for everyone who's just running ads right now and they have their first 10 conversations and then get mad because no one signs up and they think this isn't working, did you do that? Did you sign up on the first time you talked to someone and the first time you met someone? Probably not. Some of you do, but you probably didn't. And I've had people come to me saying, what am I doing wrong? They have been running ads for 2 weeks and they've had 20 conversations and no one's signing up. It doesn't work that way. So if you guys actually want to create a business and create massive change, just remember that. It's about being consistent. So if it takes 3 months, be consistent for your first 90 days and then be consistent every 90 days after that, and your business will build so much momentum that you won't even be able to stop it if you try. I'm not saying that you're not going to succeed right away. I'm not saying you're not going to make money right away, but I'm just saying you need to remember where these people are. And I think a lot of us forget that. We get so stuck in our own shit. We get so stuck in like what's happening in our life and why this isn't working and why these people aren't doing this for me and I need my bills paid so this person better sign up. It's not about you. You need to remember where you came from. You need to remember the feelings that were there when you started. You need to remember the objections you had before starting. You need to remember how long it even took you to feel comfortable and then how long that process looked after that. If you weren't someone that jumped in right away, like Ronnie, I think that was her name. I might be saying that wrong. If you weren't like her, don't expect your leads to be that person because you're attracting the people that you are. So if you've changed and you've leveled up and you know at this point in your life, if you saw this offer again, as a new person, you would jump in right away, then that's awesome. But if you haven't changed or become that person yet, then don't expect the people that you're talking to be that person. Just remember what your journey looked like and think that you're attracting the same sort of people essentially in a way into your business, right? And remember that it just takes time. Your leads and your people want to see the change. They want to know that you're in this. I can honestly say when I talk to someone, every single time in my business, they're not ready. And I'm like, don't worry, come back whenever you're ready. I'll still be here. Because they truly will. I'm not going anywhere. I will be here. Whether you're here 12 months or 2 years from now, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be able to help you. Can every single one of you say that? Can you feel confident saying that to your leads? Don't worry if you're not ready. In 3 months, I'm still going to be doing me. I'm still going to be super consistent in my business because I'm dedicated to it and succeeding. I'll still be here. So you just have to remember all of these things when you're trying to build a business. It's still a business. It still takes time. It still takes consistency. But truly, if you look at this as what you can create this year, just being consistent, in 2020, getting really clear on you and who you are and what you want and who you want to help and just going, your entire life will change. And your entire life will change in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years into something that you didn't even think was possible. When I started this business 2 years ago, there's not a chance that I could have imagined the stuff that's happened to me in the last 2 years. If I would have sat down and got frustrated that I wasn't where I thought I should be. It all happened because I stayed consistent. And I promise every single one of you, If you stay consistent, you put in the time, you put in the work, those leads that you're having conversations with today, 3 months from now, they'll start coming back. 6 months from now, they'll start coming back. I just signed up a girl who, I don't even know if she's on here. I talked to her last June, a year and a half ago. She's coming in, she's ready to go. So that's the magic of what happens when you truly, truly create something that is long-term. So I want you guys to remember that. So 2 things I want you to take from this tonight is go get clear on who you are, what your brand is. I can write some questions out. I'll put them in a little worksheet, and I want you guys to fill it out. I want you to get really clear on who you are. Then I want you to get really, really clear on your avatar and put some work into that, because those 2 things together is what's going to create your business this year. Clarity. 2020 is about clarity. So does anyone have anything they want to add to that, or say, I'm still reading all these things. I think it's really interesting to look at and just read through the chat. You guys look at people's objections. Remember this. Remember, these are all the things that people are thinking of, and use this for content. You guys, here you go. Here's a video for you for the next 4 weeks. Pick an objection and speak to it, so that when you're talking to leads and they come to your page and they're thinking, I don't know if I can trust this girl, like, I don't know, you've actually already addressed everything that they're thinking right on their page. There's a really great content idea for you. Sign up instantly, sweet, love it. Took me a month, following for almost a year. Cool, yeah, okay, cool. Monica, I haven't even made a worksheet, but I will. And I'll make sure that you guys have it. So let's talk about likes campaigns. So for anyone who doesn't have a super high ad budget, I'm going to teach you a strategy to still get people coming to your page. So when people say organic, so there's 2 different ways to work this business. There's organic, which is non-paid traffic. Organic does not mean going on your personal Facebook and selling to your friends and family. And it does not mean going on Instagram and DMing everyone about your business. Organic is not an invitation into anyone else's inbox. I just want to say that. Organic is not MLM marketing strategy. No offense to anyone that's been in here. Organic still means the exact same thing I just talked about. Getting in front of people. That's marketing. That's your job, is to get in front of people however you want to do it. But organic just means you're not able to use paid targeting advertising to get in front of those people. So you have to be creative on other ways to do that. Instagram is a really great place for organic traffic, because you can gain a lot of exposure in Instagram through community building, through hashtags, through following people in your niche, through following people that are following people that you follow. So for example, like Sunny Lenarduzzi or Angie Lee, following people that engage with their content. You can go onto Angie Lee's page and look at all the people who've commented on her videos and comment back to them. Start building conversations, start building relationships. You can get in people's inboxes, but it has to be something completely unrelated, and it needs to be like actually genuine. They've asked for help, you're giving them a suggestion. Don't just like try and make small talk, because people can see right through that. Don't have an intention to get into their inbox for that reason, but it's still making yourself noticeable. It's still getting in front of people, it's still building it, it's still growing things organically and putting the time in. So you can do that with Instagram. So what I'm going to teach you tonight, in my opinion, is still organic. Facebook, it's going to cost you money, but in a way is you're not running paid traffic, which is going to cost you a lot more. So doing things like developing email lists, having blogs, creating YouTube channels, getting on your stories, doing all that kind of stuff is all organic. You're still using social channels to get in front of people. Doing collaborations, so finding other people in the industry that are similar. Finding people that you can interview and infiltrating into their networks and seeing their followers. There's so many different ways to do it. But what I want you guys to know, organic marketing takes longer. Running ads can be hard on Facebook, but organic marketing takes longer, because organic marketing is actually going to build you longer term clients, essentially, or people or following that truly, truly love who you are and want to stay with you. So those are going to be your customers that stick with you forever. Those are going to be the customers, if you build a brand and you launch a course and you do whatever, or you have a new product or whatever, and you give other offers, Those are going to be the people that are always going to buy things because they know, like, and trust you. They followed you for some other reason organically. So organic takes time. It takes a lot of time to build. So the best strategy for anyone with a smaller ad budget is to do organic and do as much paid as you can. You get to choose that way how many people you're getting in front of. When you're running a paid ad, you can see that you're spending X amount of dollars and your ad's gonna get you into 100,000 people this week, whatever that costed you. So how can you organically get yourself in front of 100,000 people? It takes just as much time, and it's not gonna happen instantly. But for anyone that doesn't have a massive ad budget, use the two together. Community build, use organic methods, but also spend whatever money you have on running paid ads or doing what I'm teaching you tonight, which I'm gonna do right now, and that is running a likes campaign. So what I want you guys to do, number one, is still split test ads. So if any of you at any point in your business can do this, and this is something I've been doing and testing, find an ad that actually works and converts and that people like, and make sure it is pinned or posted on your business page and pinned to the top. So the objective behind this is that when anyone comes onto your page, you want to make sure that they are very clear in finding out who you are, what you do, how you can help them, and how they get the information. That is to be extremely, extremely clear. It doesn't need to be a big, long story ad, but if you have a story ad that converts, go ahead and post it. If you guys have an ad on your page that has comments from before, pin that to the top. Change the wording if you want. Use anything that has any social proof on it from before. No problem. If you've done a messenger campaign before and that worked really well, take that, post that to your page, pin it at the top. If there's anything that you've tested that you've got comments or leads on, pin it to the top of your page, get it up there, or change and tweak the wording any way that you want. But make sure, again, it's very clear what you do, who you are, how you help them, and how they're gonna get that information. Then what I want you guys to do is run a likes campaign. Does everyone remember how to run a likes campaign? If you don't, it's in the back office. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna create a likes campaign, and you can have this at $1 to $3 a day. All a likes campaign is a photo. So again, for this photo, if you've tested ads, use a photo that you know works really well. So if you've already run an ad before, you know you've gotten a lot of likes on this photo, go use that photo. Remember, I don't want you guys to change anything that is working. If it's not broken, you don't need to fix it. So that goes for the copy that I want you to use and the photo that I want you to use. They can be the exact same photo as well. So if you already tested it and you've already spent money on it, use it. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna run a likes campaign with your photo to a demographic that you would be running an ad to. So if you wanna focus on females, find females, keep in your age range. You can keep it super broad. You don't necessarily have to do interest. Test it, do whatever that works. But post engagements are actually way, way cheaper for you. So test the title of your likes campaign. So you guys can go in there, you can create a likes campaign for $3 or $5 a day, and you can duplicate it out a whole bunch of times at the ad level and just test headlines. Follow my page for inspiration. I'm a girl who works online and wants to show others to do the same. Follow my family as we live an unconventional lifestyle. Test headlines. What I want all of us to do is, because there's only, how many people in here? There's 34 people. 34 people can go test headlines, and we get a few that works really well, we can share them with each other. It's not gonna break Facebook. We're not all running the same ad. We're just using the same headline. What I want you to do is get your likes down to as low as you can. So like, I know people getting 9, 12-cent likes. Anything under $1 is great. So test until you can get under that. Save your headlines that work. And then what that's gonna do is we're kind of building two birds with one stone. So one, you're gonna have a lot cheaper way of getting yourself in front of people. So every person that sees your likes campaign is gonna build social proof on your ad, which is incredible. It's also gonna make every single one of those people that likes your ad, they're now following your page. So maybe they're not ready right now, but they're gonna be watching your content as long as you're consistent, and they're gonna be seeing the stuff that you put up. What those people are also gonna do is they're gonna see you, they're gonna like your likes campaign, then they're gonna creep you. And as soon as they creep you, they're gonna see an ad at the top of your page that's super clear on how you can help them. And know people in the community that are getting like 9, 10-cent page likes that have their ad pinned that are talking to 20, 30 people a day. because of this strategy. I've tested it. It works. I know there's other people doing it. This is a really, really cheap way to get leads, to build social proof, and to get people on your page. In my opinion, this is still almost organic because you're not really running targeted ads with a call to action, but you are almost like paying for followers on Instagram. It's kind of what it's like. You're paying for people to like your page, and when they like it, they're following you. So it's like growing your Instagram, but it just costs you a little bit of money because you can't grow your Facebook business page like you can a Facebook page or like you can Instagram. The platform works completely different. So this is gonna hit all of that stuff. One other strategy you can do is have a really great piece of content that is just value, a quote, knowledge, it doesn't matter. Run that as a post engagement, and then everyone that likes that, you can invite them to like your page. Everyone that's liking your page, again, is gonna be following you, and it's exposure. So you're getting exposure to what you're doing the same way you would with growing your Instagram and doing organic traffic, but for a lot cheaper cost. Again, if it costs you 10 cents to have a new eye on you, that's absolutely incredible. And every single one of you can test down to that. So the biggest thing with organic, and I think this is why people wonder why it's not working, you have to be consistent in your content. So I don't mean you need to post every single day, and this is what I wanted to ask. I think it was Brent and Richard that said they were posting every single day. I don't necessarily think that you need to post every day. I know on Instagram right now, actually 2 posts per week is performing better because it's not a chronological timeline, which means Facebook is trying to figure out who it should put where based on engagement. So the more stuff you put up is actually hindering your own engagement and your own algorithm because it can't sort through all your stuff. So 2 posts per week. I would take those same 2 posts and put them on my business page. Again, I'm gonna get Britt to come out in a second and see what she's been testing. I know that when Shauna does more engagement, she gets more engagement. But regardless, quality content over quantity. Don't put up a bunch of shitty content. It's not worth it, and it's gonna hurt your brand and your image. Put good stuff up. So when you're creating your content, if you're doing any type of organic strategy, and even if you're running paid ads, you still need good content. And this is what your content should look like if you guys wanna write this down. Choose any mixture of things, but I want you to, and this is the biggest part that every single person is missing. So being motivational is awesome. Motivational, cool. All of you know how to do that. All of you know how to teach people mindset stuff. All of you know how to be motivational. That's done. So yes, keep doing that. That's great. All of you hopefully know how to show lifestyle. How has this business changed your life? What is it like working online? You have to make it clear when someone comes to see your actual profile that you work from home or you do something. So that means showing your lifestyle. That also means making your bio very clear. Go make your bio clear that you work online, that you can help people create a business. Figure out however you want to word it, but as soon as someone comes to your page, they should know how to get the information and they should see who you are and how you can help them. So make that clear. Again, within your content, I mean, on your Instagram, you're more than welcome to share personal stuff. On your business page, it's not really necessary. Do whatever works for you. But this is the one piece that I'm going to say now that most of you are missing. Most of you are missing sharing actual business value. If you want to establish authority in your business as someone that can help people online, you need to teach them stuff. You guys are underestimating the value that you have and how much you know right from the very beginning. If any of you have come in and gone through that ACE training, you know more than like 95% of the people, probably 98% of the people that are even going to see your stuff. And I don't think you know that. And I think a lot of people underestimate it because it's $99. That training is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. You have expert knowledge once you've gone through that training and perfected it. So own that and start sharing that with people. Start learning business stuff. Learn marketing, learn personal branding, learn strategy, learn about avatars, learn about running Facebook ads, learn about creating something, but learn something that can actually be applied to business and start posting. 1 time a week, I want every single one of you to post about business, that you actually know what you're talking about. If someone comes to your page and it just looks like, oh, they're like motivational and inspiring, cool. What are they going to teach me? How are they actually going to help me? How do they even know that they they can do what they're telling me that they can do. So by creating content that actually teaches people, that actually educates them, you will establish authority in your business. And I'm giving every single one of you permission in 2020 to own that shit and to own what you actually know and can teach people. Don't wait for me to do it. Don't wait for Nikki, Shauna, anyone. Don't wait for anyone to tell you. Just own it. You guys are all experts. You finish that training, you know 95% more than most people will ever see that are scrolling past your stuff. So take that and start showing that, because that is what is going to change your business. I can promise you that. So, talked about a lot of stuff tonight, but what I want you guys to know is, 1, likes campaign strategy. So get a likes campaign going. I want every single one of you to come on here next week and let's find some really awesome headlines that are working. If you guys can get likes for anything under $1, anything like under 50 cents, write all the headlines down, test a whole bunch of stuff out. Is everyone clear how to do this? Do you need me to go over how to do this, or is everyone clear? And then let's all get likes campaigns, because that, even if you just honestly leave your likes campaign at $1 or a couple dollars a day, and you always have that running, you're always going to be building likes on your page, which is massive. When I hit 5,000 likes, the engagement on my page completely changed. So I noticed everything increased, and I noticed people saw more of my stuff. So whether that's like an actual fact, I have no idea, but it did change. So getting those likes is important. People want to see them as well for some reason. So if you can get them super cheap, and you're also getting cheap leads for your business, you're hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. So likes campaign, really great content, consistent content. I don't even care if that's 2 times a week. I also want you to make sure that you're maintaining authority and building that in your business. So start teaching people something every week. Whatever that looks like, it can be a post, it can be a video, it doesn't matter. And then remembering that using a combination of both organic and paid will long-term be the most beneficial for building a long-term standing business and brand. And getting very clear on your personal brand and making it very clear on your bio on Instagram. Like, you don't need to say cat lover and I like long walks in the forest and whatever. Just say what you are and how you can help people. That's all you need on there. Like, literally make it so clear for people so that if you are organically building your market, as soon as someone comes to your page, they're going to be like, oh, this person can help me. Oh, weird. They're not selling like a bunch of products and stuff and trying to, you know what I mean? So everyone's expecting MLM. Again, no offense to anyone that's been in there. I've done it. But that's what everyone's expecting. So when you're not consistently trying to sell something, they're going to become curious. And one other thing I want you guys to do if you're doing an organic strategy is make sure that you're at least selling and pitching every 5th or 6th post. Like, make sure if someone comes to your Instagram, for example, I think you can see like 9 photos, 6 photos. Every 6th photo somewhere, I want you to sell. Sell. So many of you are scared to ask for the sale. Like, cool, you live a really awesome life and you're super motivational, but like, how can you help me? Sell. Get on your stories every once in a while and actually talk about what you do. I know for you guys it's going to feel repetitive, but just remember, there's a small fraction of people that are actually even seeing your stories. And if you're building a business Instagram, it is for business. You don't be afraid to ask for things. I think Gary Vee is actually the one that says it. And I have it right here in his book. It's called Jabbing and Right Hooking. So it's actually jab, 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 hook. That translates into value, 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 sell. You can't just always be giving value and then wondering why no one's coming into your business and asking you to help them. So every 6th post or whatever you want to do, I suggest you guys make some sort of a content schedule so you know, like, motivational mindset stuff, business, authority stuff, lifestyle, me, something that makes me me, sell. Be very clear. That is the only way in organic that you're actually going to attract and have people see. If you're running paid ads, it's different. That's your call to action, obviously right there. But organically, I think the biggest mistake people are missing is not selling and not asking for the sale. So be clear. This is what I do. I love working from home. I love working with people. I help people do this, whatever that kind of looks like for you. So I didn't see if anyone had wanted to know how to run a likes campaign, but it is in the back office. Nikki, do you want to say anything while I'm reading all this stuff, or anyone?
Killed it, as always. Such a good call. What a perfect, because I know we've been away from these calls over the last, well, since 2020. This is the first one since that we've done in 2020, and I think there's so many great tips that Mel shared tonight that you can take and implement right away. And that's the whole thing with this. Far too many times I see people, jump on these calls or don't jump on the calls, and they watch the replay, and then they have all this gold, all this information, all this knowledge, and then they sit on it, and they sit on it for a week, and the next call comes and they still haven't taken action on the things that they've learned from the week before. So I'm not even going to say anything about what you talked about, because it was just absolute gold. And I really hope that, I think there's like 37 people on at one point. I hope that each and every one of you take these tips and implement them right away, because one, they're not going to cost you, they're going to cost you next to nothing. And in most cases, all of us have ran paid advertising at some point. So there's really no excuse not to do it. And two, it's going to help you to remain consistent in your business, on your business page, on all platforms. And you're going to see the results. And I just want to touch on something really, really quickly that Mel talked about a little bit before she was diving into some of the tips, is that we are constantly having, like right when we moved here, Colin messaged me. I hadn't left to come here yet, and Colin messaged me, and just from us being active again, because we did take a little step back while we were moving over the holidays and stuff. It was pretty crazy, but so grateful, so grateful. But the moment we started to get consistency again and started to be like, people started to see our faces again, they're like, holy shit, like they went from here to here, and then it was like the messages started to flow in again. So consistency will always remain one of the number one things that I believe will get you the results that you're looking for in your business. Consistency, 100%. So take what Mel shared with you tonight, implement it.
Can I share something too?
Yeah, Colin's here, and he wants to share something really quick.
What up, everyone?
Hey, hey.
The biggest thing too that I want to like stress that is really, really important is when we first started our journey, we were literally at rock bottom, and we set goals. And I know a lot of us, we talk about setting goals and writing down your goals, and we set this goal for ourselves a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And I think we set it for we wanted to move somewhere tropical, I think a year into our business, or I think maybe 2, and we never hit those goals. But the one thing that we did do is we stayed consistent, and Mel touched on it, she's going to be here in 2 weeks, a month, a year. So are Nikki and myself. We're not going anywhere. Sometimes we might not be as active as we, as we are at certain points of our business, but we're not going anywhere. And the biggest thing that you have to do is you just stay consistent, believe in what you're doing, and just take that action daily or weekly. Because you never know when, things are going to really shift for your business. But so many people, come in and they get maybe nervous, or they get, they maybe have an obstacle, or
they just dip their toe in. They don't fully jump in.
Yeah.
They're not fully committed. You might think you're fully committed because, you're going through the process, you're going through the training, but you're not fully committed. And that's where I feel like people, like Colin was just touching on, fall off, or they're not seeing the results that they're looking for.
That's right. And it's an amazing journey, and we're so grateful that that we've been able to move with our family. And today it got super real. We had a meeting at an international school where our little guy is going to be, and our little girl will eventually be going to an international school. And we're here. And when we started this business, we weren't, when we first started, we were in that survival mode. And I didn't know that 3 years later, pretty much to the date, that we would be living internationally in Cabo San Lucas. So great call tonight, Mel, and congrats to everybody that's hopped on here tonight. That's part of the journey, is being involved and learning and getting on these calls, because these calls are so valuable, and they're so amazing for your mindset. And that's about it. So just keep going, and it's just keep rocking your journey. Good to see your face, Mel. Love you.
Bye, guys. Love you. Okay. So yeah, what I want to say is if I said a lot of stuff tonight, a lot. So if you're just watching this and thinking like, holy shit, you're super overwhelmed, that's okay. I gave a lot of information. Everyone on this call, I honestly highly suggest that you watch this a few times and like watch it and pause it and make notes, because there's a lot of information that I just flew through. But guess what? That's because I have been literally learning as much as I can. And I have found the part of my business that I'm passionate about again, and that's educating. And I realized that learning and educating and teaching is my fucking passion. That's why I love this. So that's all it comes down to, is just learning. And I've been learning a lot since the last time I've done a call. I've been learning. And so it's going to be overwhelming. It's going to seem like a lot. If you're brand new, you just signed up, you're probably like, what the fuck? But that's okay. That's okay, because it's a lot of
normal. It's normal. I need to say that, like, it's so true. And I always like to say, especially when there's a lot of great information, it is going to be overwhelming. And I would think it would be unnormal for you not to feel overwhelmed. But what's exciting about that is that you get to take this information, you've written it down, there's a recording, you get to go through it again, and then you get to implement it. It's like, so I'm like, if you're overwhelmed, try to like look at that more as an excitement. Like, I'm excited. I just learned all of this great information that I can implement to my business right away. But don't let the overwhelm consume you to the point where there's zero action. Because that is what self-sabotage in your business will look like, is that you get so overwhelmed. So take the information that really is vital for your business right now. You're the person that knows that you like, okay, I really need to work on this in my business. Take that information and implement that right away. And then have those notes for the rest of the information that you've been giving, and then implement, once you've done it, the other steps. So this is such a good call. I can't wait. I know there's like, we've got lots of exciting stuff. I know Mel, I've been talking to Mel, and both of us are diving deep into like lots of different like social media platforms, specifically like Facebook, that kind of training. So I'm very much similar to Mel in the sense that we love technical stuff. We bounce ideas back and forth to each other all the time. And I love to learn, and then I love to share what I learned. So I'm just really excited to be back on these Wednesday calls, and what a great start to them. Thank you so much for this, Mel. You're incredible.
Oh, I love you. But yeah, I really, really encourage every single one of you to listen to this and pause it, because there's little things I said, like making your bio really clear. Like, there's a lot of little things. I promise, if you dissect this video and you implement everything, you'll notice some massive changes, 100% in your business. So again, I'm saying this from 2.5 years of experience, and like Nikki said, it's consistency. That's literally all it takes. And becoming really obsessed with just wanting to learn and wanting to get better and sharing that. So there's a few parts that I'm noticing a lot of you are missing, and I addressed that today. And you notice if you make those changes and those small tweaks, things will start changing in your business. It comes with confidence, and to get the confidence, you have to act it. So I think a lot of people have this like imposter syndrome, that they're acting a certain way before they've even gotten something. It doesn't mean you have to fake that you made $1 million, but you have to own what you do know. And that means that like your life has changed. You have gotten a better mindset. You have done better at X, Y, and Z. Your personal life has done better in X, Y, and Z. I did learn a whole bunch of valuable training that I can now take and apply to any business. And I can teach you that as well. So just owning that and establishing that authority and having the confidence. It's having the confidence to act that you are where you want to be, not necessarily where you are. It's not lying that you've done something or you're living this life. Bring everyone on this journey with you. People want to see the change. They want to see the growth. They want to see what you've gone through. That is actually what's going to attract them into your business 12 months from now when you're staying consistent. They're going to wonder, why didn't I start? Look at how far this person has come. So honor all of those parts of you, even if you're second guessing yourself or judging yourself or whatever that looks like, and just go for it. Stop guessing, because people want to see the shittiness. They want to see you change. They want to see the awkwardness, and they want to see the growth, because that is what's going to inspire them. Not that you just made a video and you sound really perfect and came out of nowhere. So bring them on the journey with you, and really just honor every single part of this and enjoy the entire process. And you will be a completely different person by the end of 2020. So you have a lot of really, oh, what?
I was going to ask if I could ask you a question like regarding that.
Yep, I can't see where you are. Who is it?
It's Cheyenne.
Oh, hi, Cheyenne.
Hi. because, well, I know we talked like a little while ago, but so I'm back, and I was looking at my business page, and it's been since like last April since I've posted on my business page. And lately, I don't know if it's just like overthinking what I'm gonna write on there, or like I want to make a post, but I'm just like, what? Maybe it's, yeah, I'm thinking like, what are people gonna think because it's been since that long that I've posted? Or,
Yeah, I think it comes down to being honest and transparent in your situation. People don't want to see, it's hard to explain because you don't want to bring people too much into your personal journey, and you don't want to bring people too much into the shittier parts. So I would just start posting, and realizing that it's really not up to anyone else. Like I said, it's a confidence thing, and coming back to like claiming again that this is what you're doing and this is where you are. Who really cares what happened? No one's gonna notice that. Just start posting again. No one's gonna be like, oh wait, hold on, this said July and now this says January. Like, what happened? Just start posting. Just own it, have the confidence, and just like, it doesn't matter what happened before. Do they need a huge big story about anything? Do you need to validate anything to them about why you didn't do it? No, not really, because it doesn't matter. So just start again and start from the beginning and don't stop. That would be my best advice.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Super, super quick. Put them all in caps. It'll take like 5 more minutes. If you do, just put them all in caps in the chat so I don't miss them. I can't see any from anyone. Or you can unmute yourself, which I know is scary. My favorite quote, it's none of your business what people think of you. Yeah, exactly. Who cares? Okay, I don't think we have any questions. I think all of you are like in shock a little bit. So I want you, okay, so next call, I know, okay, so actually what I'll say is this. We have started getting some new up and coming leaders to start taking over calls, and we are not in charge of just choosing. If any of you at any point want to do a call because you learned something that you want to teach, you're more than welcome. Just because me, Shauna, Ashley, Nikki are on these calls, it doesn't mean anything. Any one of you is a leader when you want to be a leader, and we are 100% open and ready for that. So if you want to teach, but in that there are some girls in here that have been doing this for quite a while that are having some success as well, and we think it's super important that you hear from them as well. A few of them are coaches now. We're going to bring them in. They're going to be a part of all of this, and we have a lot of different variety coming up with all of us sharing. So we're all going to do our best to be there every single time and kind of touch base on what we talked about last time. But we have a whole bunch of stuff planned. Every single training, there's going to be a poster coming out. You'll be super clear on what you're learning, and this gives everyone else a chance to maybe say something that resonates with you differently. Someone might say something that I've said before, but in a different way that makes it click, and you have an aha moment. Or they might teach something that us four have never even learned. So it really is about the value that we can all get from each other, and we want to make sure that you guys are getting the most. So at any point you have something you want to share, please jump in the group, go live, make a post, make the pages active, or jump on a training. We're 100% supportive of that. So next week, someone else that you guys have never, actually she maybe has, but she's going to be doing the training, but I will jump on. And can you guys please bring headlines for likes campaigns? Let's work together. Let's help the people that don't have super high ad budgets or want extra exposure for super cheap, because likes campaigns are pretty simple. So bring headlines, go test stuff. Let's get everyone getting leads. Even if they have, honestly, you guys, $30 to $50 a month, if you're getting a cheap likes campaign, should be getting you a decent amount of people that you're still talking to. $100 a month. Think about what's happening in your life that you can maybe save $100. One less dinner out, one less whatever that looks like to you. But you should be able to still do decent with doing the organic stuff and having traffic still come to your business page if you don't have as much money for an ad budget. It's 100% still possible. So Let's do, our current likes campaign title is follow us for motivation, inspiration, and business tips. Awesome. How much is it costing you per like? Mine was just a girl who decided she could have I can't remember. It was like just a girl who decided she could have everything and wanted to show you how to, I don't even remember. But I was getting like 50-cent likes, which is not great, but is not terrible. And I know I can do better. So yeah, so likes campaigns, bring your titles, listen to everything again, get super clear on your avatar and get super clear on your branding. 25 cents, yeah, that's awesome. And your personal branding. So I will come up with a worksheet for you guys to just help you start even thinking about that kind of stuff, because it's stuff that some of you have probably never even thought about before. So thank you all for coming. I hope you had fun first training back and you're super excited for 2020 and you got some value and something that you can at least go implement. What I would love to hear is you guys implement this stuff. Tell me how it goes next week on Wednesday. So Wednesdays are going to resume again. As always, we have stuff planned for you till pretty much May. So hopefully we'll see you in Unify, and thank you for coming tonight. And I hope you guys have an incredible 2020. See you later.